Hello everybody, this is Ogini Supreme here with another tutorial on how to program in Turing. So today I'm going to go over how to load and save files. And these files can be .txt files, .whatever file. So let's get started. Now, like I explained in my units video, it would be beneficial to have all your units and your main program in the same folder. It works the same for this for the following reasons. Number one, if you didn't have it all in a file, you'd have to write a whole file directory or file path that takes a while and it's complicated. Another reason, if let's say, oh, I want to give this to my friend or it's a project for school. If I gave it to them, they would have to change the file path. Or you would have to program a way to change the file path. And that's way too complicated. So, I'm going to save this in a specific file called load save, and I'm going to call it program. Now let's make our variables. So the first ones are going to be called stream and file position, and these are going to be integers. Now these variables have to be integers that never get initialized, which means they never get a value. Now we can start typing our file name, our extension, and let's say some data we enter, and let's say some more data, and these are going to be strings. Now this is going to be the name of the file. This is going to be the file type, which in this example is going to be a .txt file. This is going to be some data that we enter in, and this is going to be data that we retrieve from the file. So let's make our save procedure. We're going to initialize extension to be .txt. We're going to give file name the value of data, and data is going to be given later. The file name also will have to include the extension. This is how we make it work. Now we're ready to save our file. So to do that, we're going to have to call the command open and then colon. Then we're going to use one of our variables that's an integer that will never be given a value. So stream, comma, file name, the name of the file, comma, put, comma, seek. Now why are these there? Well, that's because this is telling the program that I'm allowed to put things inside the file and I'm allowed to seek, which I'm going to show you how to do momentarily. Another command we're going to do is tell, then colon, stream, comma, file position. Now what this does is it records a position inside the file and gives it to file position, or gives it to that variable. Now that that's there, we can start putting stuff inside the file. So we're going to use a put command, but we're going to make the syntax different. We're going to put a colon, stream, comma, and whatever we want to enter. So let's say I want to repeat the data 5 times. I can use repeat. This is a function. Then I can put data and then number 5. So this is saying it's going to repeat the value given to data 5 times. If I want to do something else, I can do repeat. So always remember, when we're dealing with files, it's going to have stream, this variable, like this, every single time. Now let's say later on I want to open this file and do some more stuff, or whatever, or I want to retrieve data from the file, and I want to set location I can go to. Well, that's what seek is for. So I'm going to type seek, colon, stream, comma, file position. Now to remember this, seek and tell go together. You can't have one without the other. So what tell does is it records the position into file position, and what seek does is it goes to that file position. So why am I seeking at the end? Well, that's because if I want to load it later, I want to be instantly back at that position, which is the beginning. And now that we're done with our file, we can close it by typing close, colon, stream, and that's it. And that is the end of our save procedure. This isn't very complicated, but it takes some practice. Now it's time to do our load procedure. So, again, we're going to initialize extension to be .txt. Then let's say we're going to ask for a file name. Enter file name. Then we're going to get file name. And then we're going to add the extension to the file name like before, exactly like before. The syntax between the load procedure and the save procedure is not that much different. Now, to check if the file exists, we're going to make an if statement. I'm going to type file, dot exists. We're going to the file module, calling exists, and then in brackets, file name. Then we can open a file now that we know it exists. So we type open, then stream, comma, file name. Exactly the same. This time, instead of comma put, comma seek, we're going to do get. Because this time we're not seeking for anything, we're just retrieving stuff. So now we can get, same syntax as put basically, get, and then colon, then stream, comma, data. So now we're getting a value for data. And then get, colon, stream, comma, data 2. Now, we can close the file, like this, and then we can do an else statement saying, file does not exist. And if, and then end the load procedure. Now, if you want to give the user a second chance or infinite chances to get the name right, you can put it in a loop, like this. I'm going to have to re-indent, like that. And then we can make an exit statement for when it gets the name right. Then outside of the procedures, we can put enter something, why not? Then get data, and then save, and then load. So let's see what happens when we run it. Enter something, tree. Enter file name. Now, as we remembered, the name of our file is the data we entered, so it should work by typing tree. Now, as you notice, nothing happened. So let's say we're going to put data and then put data 2. Since we got the value of those two variables from our load procedure, it should be able to tell us what we put. So if I run it again, let's say bear, and then enter file name, so bear. So this proves that the repeat function worked. Bear, 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 awesome, with a period, 10 times. Now, how do we know that a file was actually made? Let's go into my file explorer and figure out if this worked. Let's go to Turing codes, YouTube, load save. This is from a failed experiment. Let's open tree. Tree, 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 tree. Awesome, 10 times. That worked. Did bear work? It did. That is pretty amazing. Now let's go back into the load procedure. So let's say that we change data 2 into an array 1 to 2 of string. Let's say we have an array for some reason. For our get statements, we can get rid of this. We can make a for loop. Let's say I don't know and I'm dumb. Let's say I make it 100. I can still make an exit statement inside a for loop. It's amazing, I know. So exit when e of, like this, and then bracket stream. Now e of stands for end of file. So this is saying exit when it's the end of the file. Then we can get the stream, the data 2. Then obviously we need to close our for loop. And then down here, put first and second. Oh shoot, I forgot, I shouldn't have put that there. So let's enter something. Hooray. I don't know. Enter file name. Hooray. It works the same. If I got rid of this, oh boy, we're into some fun. It didn't put anything. Why? Well, that's because the array subscript is out of range. Now something like this could work great with a flexible array. More on that in my flexible array video. And then you can use that to constantly add values until it reaches the end of the file. So that's really all you need to know about loading and saving files in Turing. So thank you guys for watching this tutorial. If you liked, you can subscribe to my channel. This is Supreme logging off.